Welcome back to the battle between Spider-Man, EARTH-616, and Homelander. Even in their base forms, both characters represent different pinnacles of the superhero genre. One is an icon of responsibility, sacrifice, and humanity's limitless potential. The other is the embodiment of narcissism, corruption, and the darkest side of celebrity culture. To understand who will be the last one standing, we need to delve into the origins, the nature of their powers, and the psychology of each combatant. In short, let's begin.
First up is Spider-Man, Peter Parker, EARTH-616. Peter Parker, known to the world as Spider-Man, is one of the greatest superheroes. His origin is inextricably linked to tragedy and awakening. An ordinary high school student with a passion for science, he was bitten by a radioactive spider and granted extraordinary powers. However, it was his initial selfishness that led to the death of his beloved Uncle Ben, searing an eternal truth into Peter's mind. With great power comes great responsibility. This philosophy not only shapes his morality, but is also the key factor controlling the destructive power he possesses. Peter Parker is a mutate. Spider-Man's strength is typically classified in the class 10 to class 25 range, meaning under normal conditions, he can lift and support 10 to 25 tons. However, under survival pressure or when backed into a corner, Peter has repeatedly shattered these limits. He has held together the two halves of a splitting passenger ferry, pulled back a speeding train running at full power, and even traded physical blows with heavyweight foes like Rhino or the Spider Slayer. The density of his muscles, skin tissue, and bones is far greater than that of a normal human, allowing him to withstand artillery-level impacts, falls from dozens of stories high, and resist colossal physical forces without breaking bones. However, sheer physical strength is not Spider-Man's most fearsome weapon. His speed, agility, and equilibrium are what truly make him a nightmare in combat. Peter can move at supersonic speeds over short distances, but his reaction time is even more impressive. He can effortlessly dodge gunfire at close range, even evading lasers and attacks from entities with light speed capabilities. His agility stems not just from his muscles, but from absolute bodily control, allowing him to perform acrobatic maneuvers, contortions, and mid-air trajectory changes without a pivot point, all thanks to his spider sense. This is a form of precognitive ability, functioning as a sophisticated danger warning system. It is not merely a hunch, but a neurobiological response that allows Peter to perceive a threat before it occurs, sometimes milliseconds, sometimes seconds in advance. This sense envelops his entire body, working even when he is blindfolded, deaf, or attacked from behind. It allows him to automatically dodge attacks without conscious processing, freeing him up to perform counter moves or save people. Spider-Man can duel and overwhelm the most highly trained warriors in the Marvel Universe, such as Daredevil or Iron Fist, purely on instinct. Peter Parker also possesses a genius-level intellect. He is one of the greatest minds on Earth, 616, with profound knowledge of chemistry, physics, biology, and mechanical engineering. It is this intelligence that allowed him to create his web shooters, a revolutionary mechanical invention. The spider web fluid he synthesized has tensile strength and durability far exceeding steel and Kevlar, capable of withstanding tens of tons of pulling force without snapping. He doesn't just use webs for swinging. The webbing is a versatile tactical tool. He can use it to blind opponents, create tripwires, form shields, or even create web bullets mounted on his gloves to subdue enemies from a distance without causing permanent harm. Spider-Man is a master of improvisation. He has no formal martial arts training, but he possesses a completely unique fighting style, combining acrobatics, environmental awareness, and mocking blows. His quips are not just for entertainment. They are a psychological tactic to distract his enemies, conceal his true intentions, and make his opponents lose their composure. However, Spider-Man's greatest weakness also lies in his very morality. He is always pulling his punches. Peter lives in constant fear that if he hits with full force, he might accidentally kill his opponent. This hesitation, while a noble ethical quality, is a fatal weakness when facing enemies who have no limits. Now, let's move on to Homelander. Homelander, also known by his real name John, is the greatest disaster created by Vought International. In the boys' universe, Homelander is a soupe, human injected with Compound V, either in the womb or at a young age, granting them supernatural powers. He was created in a laboratory, raised in isolation, manipulated, and brainwashed to become a commercial icon, a military weapon, and America's false savior. Homelander's philosophy is not about protecting the world, but about controlling, manipulating, and satisfying his own pathological ego. He believes he is a god, and ordinary people are nothing but pitiful ants. Physically, Homelander possesses superhuman attributes that make him the most powerful entity on Earth in his universe. His strength allows him to easily tear human bodies apart with his bare hands, punch through the chests of other supes, and support massive objects like a falling commercial airliner. His durability makes him nearly invulnerable to conventional weaponry. Armor-piercing rounds, missiles, or even massive explosions can only graze his skin or push him back momentarily. He is immune to most diseases and toxins and can survive in the vacuum of space or the crushing pressure of the deep ocean. Homelander's flight speed can reach supersonic, even near hypersonic levels, allowing him to travel across continents in a short time. However, Homelander's most destructive and fearsome weapon is not his muscles, but his ability to project heat rays from his eyes. These lasers have an extremely high temperature, capable of cutting through super durable metals, melting concrete, and incinerating a human body in an instant. His heat vision has a long range and high precision, making it an effective tool for him to carry out assassinations or mass slaughter without ever touching his victims. In addition, Homelander possesses superhuman senses, such as super-sensitive hearing able to pick up conversations from miles away, and X-ray vision, capable of seeing through almost any object except zinc. Despite possessing overwhelming power, Homelander carries fatal flaws, both physically and psychologically. Physically, he is not completely invulnerable. In the comics, he has been injured by extremely powerful physical attacks from Soldier Boy when the latter was temporarily boosted by Compound V, scratched and wounded by Black Noir, and even choked to the point of panic by Madeline Stillwell or Mallory. This proves that, although his skin is extremely durable, it still has a threshold for withstanding physical forces at the highest level. But Homelander's true weakness lies in his psychology and combat skills. Homelander has never had to fight a real enemy. His entire hero career consists of staged performances or massacres of those hundreds of times weaker than him. He has no martial arts skills whatsoever. He fights like an oversized child on a playground, aggressive, brutal, but completely lost when the opponent is unafraid or can fight back. Moreover, Homelander's psychology is extremely unstable. He is a narcissist, a psychopath, and suffers from a profound sense of infantile abandonment. He craves recognition and the adoration of the masses, yet deeply despises the very people he is supposed to protect. When cornered, when injured, or when his ego is challenged, Homelander easily falls into a state of panic, loses control, and makes fatal errors in judgment. He does not possess a warrior's survival instinct, only the panic of a bully realizing he is no longer the strongest one around. The showdown. First, let's consider pure physical strength. Homelander has the advantage of having no need to hold back. He can unleash 100% of his power from the very first blow. Meanwhile, Peter Parker needs the first few seconds to assess the threat level and adjust his force. If Peter punches Homelander with 10% of his power, the way he normally hits street thugs, that punch might only cause Homelander some slight pain. But if Peter recognizes Homelander as a lethal threat and throws a punch at 50% or 100% of his strength, equivalent to lifting power in the tens of tons, that punch could absolutely breach Homelander's skin, break his jaw, or cause traumatic brain injury. Peter's strength on Earth. 616 is at a level where he can trade blows with enemies who can lift entire buildings, and Homelander, while powerful, has never demonstrated feats of withstanding such levels of impact unscathed. Secondly, and most importantly, is the interaction between the spider sense and Homelander's heat vision. Many mistakenly believe that because Homelander's heat rays move at the speed of light, Peter cannot dodge them. But the spider sense does not operate by seeing the attack. It warns Peter before the attack is executed, or at the exact moment the intent to attack forms in the opponent's brain. Even if Homelander fires his heat vision from a distance, the spider sense will alert Peter before the beam can reach him. Peter won't try to outrun light. He will simply step aside or bend down, letting the laser pass by. Moreover, Homelander's heat vision requires time to focus and aim. In that millisecond window, Peter can completely close the distance. Homelander has the aerial advantage. He can fly up high and rain down heat rays. However, Peter is a master of three-dimensional space. With his webbing, Peter can anchor himself to buildings, create web nets to block Homelander's flight path, or shoot webbing directly at his face. Peter's web fluid is extremely durable and adhesive. If Peter shoots webbing into Homelander's eyes, he will be temporarily blinded. In a state of panic, Homelander will likely fire his heat vision wildly, endangering himself or his surroundings, but that also opens up an opportunity for Peter. Peter can use his webs to yank Homelander off balance or create physical traps that cause him to crash into buildings at supersonic speeds. Peter Parker is a genius. He will quickly realize that Homelander has no combat skills, relies entirely on brute strength and heat vision, and has the psychology of a bully. Peter will use his quips to anger Homelander, making him lose his composure, make mistakes, and attack blindly. In contrast, Homelander will not understand what Peter is doing. He will panic when he sees his attacks being dodged with ease, and when he starts to bleed, his godlike ego will shatter. Homelander has no tenacity in a fight. He will panic when he realizes he is genuinely being threatened. Homelander is a false god, a laboratory product with destructive power, but the mind of a damaged child, lacking combat skills. Spider-Man is a true hero, a genius with astonishing physical strength, forged through thousands of life-or-death battles, and possessing a precognitive sense that is nearly impossible to defeat. Homelander is the strongest in his pond, but that pond is far too small. He has never faced enemies with reflexes far exceeding his own, intellect surpassing his, and combat skills that overwhelm him. Spider-Man, with his perfect combination of spider sense, genius-level intellect, peak physical strength, and extensive combat experience, is on a completely different level. Homelander may be a god in the eyes of the city's citizens, but in front of Peter Parker, he is just an oversized bully who needs to be taught a lesson. Therefore, in my opinion, Spider-Man EARTH-616 is the winner. What do you all think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you all very much.